What up? It's Sam from Hi-Vis. I'm here today to talk to you about the Whirl-E-Bird. It's finally here and ready to fly. It's a modern take on a traditional piece of tech that's the spinning light for the front of a fire apparatus. What we did was started by taking and totally redesigning the interior of this fixture to have modern, DC brushless servo motors, so there's nothing on the motor to wear out. It's from the modern robotics industry as opposed to legacy automotive HVAC. It's designed for this application, and what's cool about it is we wrote a circuit board that has its own firmware that allows it to spin up and spin down. We can change speeds, we can change rotation patterns, we can make this thing totally smart. When you couple that to the internals, we made the gear train beefy. It's like Shimongo inside. The gears are very thick, they're very large, and they're designed to be used in the fire truck for the whole life of the fire truck. Part of the design philosophy behind the Whirl-E-Bird was we wanted to take the same engineers that developed the FireTech brand for Hi-Vis and take those experts in aerospace engineering, firmware engineering, mechanical engineering, and apply that to a legacy piece of tech that can be modernized and made a lot more reliable and made with a unique modern flair. And so what we did was we took and designed an all-new machine enclosure. We're using heavy-duty industrial components on the inside. We're using modern electronics. One of the biggest differences is that we're using something called a brushless DC servo motor. And so this has a modern driver where we can control how fast it spins up, we can control the rotation, we can control the speed. And what's cool is that you can actually set those things after the thing is built. It's not like you're dialing things in and out, but it's actually firmware that controls it. So you've got something that allows us to have a little bit more control. And what that allows the customer is that when you turn this thing on, it doesn't just fire up. It slowly ramps up the speed, which means we can make the internal components last longer because you're not stressing them out with high inrush currents every time you put power to it. The Whirl-E-Bird is designed to be super easy to install. It uses the same bolt pattern the legacy rotating forward-facing lights do on the front of a fire truck cab. But what's cool is when you mount this thing, you mount a flange on the front of the truck, and then you mount the complete assembled Whirl-E-Bird to that flange. You don't have to clock parts and put them together and hope the gaskets and everything go together correctly. It's all assembled and sealed right from Hi-Vis. So when you put it on your truck, you have the maximum likelihood of a perfect installation every time. One of the things that we tried to do when we developed this thing was make sure this thing was going to last as long as you needed it to on your fire truck. And so we took some data off of fire trucks that are running around the country in the US and mapped their response profiles, how long they go, how often they go. And we did some accelerated life cycle testing, and we're seeing 15 million rotations out of the product before we're seeing internal parts fail. And we'll provide service and replacement parts as long as you need them, and as long as these things are in service. When it comes to lighting configuration, every fixture is going to ship red, white from Hi-Vis. And when you get it on your truck, if you want to swap out the modules, we have modules online that you can do in red, green, blue, amber, or white. They're in stock and available to ship today. We've had a lot of folks ask us about the circuit design as well. And so not only can you spin it either direction, but you can also turn the red circuit on separate from the white circuit. And every part is designed so that your motor is powered separately from your light fixtures. Now you can wire them all together. So that's exactly how the old school products have always worked. But when you take this Whirl-E-Bird product, what you can do with modern fire truck electrical systems is you can stop. Obviously the white can't be on when you're on scene. So you can cut that circuit off. It's on its own wire circuit. Then you could flash the red. And so if you wanted to do something creative or something cool where you were responding with the whole unit spinning, you get on scene and the white cuts off, or if you had alternating colors and you wanted them to alternate back and forth, it's up to you. You can design these things to do whatever you want them to do. What's really cool about this thing, final point, is it's made in North Carolina by a team of people who really care about first responders. We've got an assembly line set up where we're putting these things together. We've got a bunch of different vendors and supplier partners from around the industry that we're working with, and it's really cool and really exciting to be built in our facility by our team members. If you want to learn more about it, check us out at whirl-e-bird.com. They're available online or anywhere you buy Hi-Vis products.